It's looking really nice. Good morning. Welcome back. It's the new year, and I like many others have been down with the cold, and I'm finally getting back to myself. I still have a little tickle in my throat, and I'm still coughing a little, but I'm finally feeling like myself again. You've probably heard a little bird in the background, and that's because I have one here with me, and I'll introduce you to him a little later. Yesterday, I stumbled across a video of a matcha cloud, and I thought I would try to recreate it today. This week, I am off work, so I just have a lot of time on my hands, which is so nice because I have so many things I want to do all the time. So this is the matcha cloud. It's it's not what I expected. It's looking really nice and green, but it's not as fluffy and soft as I expected it to be. I have an idea that maybe the American whole milk has a little higher fat content because I was probably whisking it with the electric whisk for maybe 4 or 5 minutes and it wasn't frothing. So I ended up added a little bit of heavy cream and it got like to this, but the ones I've seen has been entirely foamy. But it tastes delicious, and the sound is just the best. Maybe we should finally say hello to my little bird. Hi. Hi. His name is Minnie, and I just recently found out he's a boy. Minnie is our first family pet. My sister took him in from a friend who couldn't have him anymore, and I think he might be around 15, 20 years old. Come. Hi. try. Yeah. I really feel like having bread with whipped butter and cheese, which is a classic Danish breakfast. I've been experiencing a lot with savory breakfast, like I made Turkish eggs. I don't know how you pronounce the real name of it. Just different savory breakfast. But now I just really want some carbs and some cheese. So I need to go to the store. It's finally clearing up a little bit in the weather, so I'm taking my chances with not wearing a raincoat. So I'm just wearing like this, I don't know what you call it actually, just a long coat and a wool sweater. I think the name is just Day. So it's a really nice wool sweater. I'm trying to cut back on buying clothes with a lot of plastic in it. So it just doesn't make sense to give 1,000 kroner for a sweater and it's just like 5-10% wool. I want it to be more wool or cotton or silk than plastic. I usually buy thrifted, which has just been so, it's just been working so well for me to buy not vintage, just thrifted. But this one is actually new, and I thought, okay, if I'm gonna buy something new, it's gonna be high quality. So I think I'm phasing out the H&M and the ASOS, all those kind of stuff. It's a slow process. But these shoes, I am in love. I don't know if I can show you. Recycled hemp shoes, I think. They're so comfortable. They're a little just so it's just like I want to say plastic, but it's not plastic. It's recycled material. It's just a really nice clog that's slip in, easy to put on, and I love. So these are the shoes, and I love wearing them with like wool socks. And this bag is thrifted. It's a leather bag, and I just fell in love with the color of it, and also just the size. It's just the perfect size. I love a good big bag. It's finally a sunny day in my studio. It's been a long time coming. So, as soon as the sun came out, I hurried out here and I just showed you some of my new stuff that's coming soon. All of this is for a bisque firing, so it's not been through the first firing yet. So I'm trying to work up a little stock. I don't know if that's what you call it. I finally feel like I found my language in ceramics. I started doing ceramics in 2020 and I started more with like the pastel colors and patterns and florals, and for a while it was hard for me to keep up with the aesthetics really, because maybe deep down I knew it wasn't my favorite aesthetic, but I just didn't have the experience to try anything else. But I found it really fun to try something new, and so I just kept it going for a while. But I think as the years have passed and I've also grown a lot, I'm a different person now than I was when I started doing ceramics, which is nice. But yeah, I feel like I finally found my aesthetics, and I also found the technique required to make my aesthetic, and it's just a really good feeling to finally have. You just have. I think the point I was trying to reach was that I found my creativity is blossoming or thriving in a new way, and it's a little easier for me to just go out and create in my studio because I finally know what I want to make and not what I want to recreate or what I want to put my own twist to. So I'm not spending too much of my creativity trying to make someone else's idea my own. But now I'm actually just starting with my own idea, and yeah, that's made my creativity a lot more flowing. I didn't feel very creative for the last few months, but it happens to me a lot that I get this creative rush and then I try to do everything at once, and then I just end up spending all my creative energy on something that I can't finish, which is unfortunate. I think it's nice to also have a day job, but it also takes away a lot of my creativity because most of my, I think if you're creative, you also know this, but most of my creative ideas come when I don't have anything to do. So when I'm laying in bed at night trying to fall asleep, or just scrolling on Instagram or TikTok or Pinterest, that's when my ideas start to flow. And right before bed is usually not the best time to go out and start making ceramics because it's also a long process of creation. But now this week I'm off work and I'm already feeling so creative, and I want to talk a lot and I want to share a lot and I want to create a lot, and it just feels really nice. So I had to just take the opportunity and yeah, just film something. I don't know if you'll ever see this, if I ever edit it, but yeah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Not it.
Despite it maybe looking really painful and actually also being very painful in the moment, it's just afterwards, it's just the best feeling. I don't even know how to describe it. You just feel on top of the world in some way, and like anything's possible. um, and I always forget, in the moment when you're about to submerge in the water, then you remember why you don't do it as often. But afterwards, I feel every time, I feel like, why don't I do this more often? But it always comes after. I think I get really kind of addicted. I think that's a little, uh, that's a big word, but like, I love the feeling of having full control over your own body, and even though your brain is really trying to tell you that it hurts and it's unsafe and you should stop, that you can come back to your breath and slow down and then get full control over your body again, knowing that it's safe, of course, but and then coming back out of the water and just feel your body heat up all on its own. It's something you have to try before, uh, yeah, really knowing what it feels like, because you can't really describe it. But I can highly recommend trying a cold plunge. And when it's a sunny day like this, it's just such a pleasure. Yeah, Bentley. So while editing this, I realized the video is just gonna be too long if I keep the rest of the days in this week as well. So the next few days, while I'm thrifting and going to Copenhagen, will be um, two separate videos. So I'm gonna end the vlog here and say thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed spending some time with me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.